give it up for Brian B, everybody, please. I'm stoned. I'm sorry. I quit smoking crack. You guys still smoking crack back there? Chill out. I quit smoking crack about 4.5 years ago or so. So 4.5 years clean and sober from crack and cocaine. But like I'm assuming most of you haven't done crack, so I think you got one up on me. But I'm 4.5 years clean and sober from crack and cocaine, but I only smoke weed now, which is, it's cool. It's better than crack? No, it's not. I know it's not, but it is more socially acceptable, so I have to say that. But I do like smoking weed now because, believe it or not, the crowd that weed keeps is a lot cooler than the crowd that crack keeps. More chill, you could say. I've never had my weed dealer ask me if he could borrow my car or if I could watch his house so he could go to a funeral. My crack dealer asked me both of those questions in the same sentence. And of course, I obliged. He's a great businessman. If you're gonna, you know how to contract people if you're gonna pay whoever's watching your house with crack. It ensures that it gets watched, from all angles. I don't know how long they were gone. It must have been like a close relative at that funeral, because it felt like a while. 20 minutes, 2 hours, I don't know. But I was smoking crack. It was long enough for me to finish the crack, I'll say that. But while they were gone, I did watch the house. Not that well, though. Because if you know anything about crackheads, they want to see everything, but they don't like being seen so much. So it doesn't lend itself to the best vantage points. We'll move on. Not a lot of crackheads out here. I grew up in a pretty white place. I think I'm from Holland, New Zealand. Not a lot of black people where I grew up, if you could believe it. I was some of my friends' blackest experience. I don't know how. There weren't a lot of black people where I grew up. You guys, I'm sure, have heard of 23andMe, the Ancestry Service. It was originally a documentary idea I had about the black population of my hometown. It was 23. From what I found. And then whatever you call me. I am kind of black, if you can't tell. I'll blame it on the lighting. I am kind of black. What does kind of black mean to me? Kind of black means if you see me driving down the highway, jamming out, there's about a 50-50 chance it's the Fleetwood Mac. 50-50 chance it's the Mac Miller. That's to say that even the black half of me, not that black. But I am trying. I have a son. Any other parents out here? Are my parents at? Fathers in the crowd? Any fathers over here? I was going to say no happy ones. Jeez. Relax, guys. You can smile. No, I'm a father myself. I'm trying to be a better dad. I think I'm a decent dad. I smoke cigarettes, but I don't smoke cigarettes with my son in the car, though, obviously. Unless it's my lucky cigarette, of course. Who am I to deny one of the second-hand blessings? It's generational wealth, folks. That's what we're supposed to be passing down. I do think, I'm kind of a shitty parent sometimes, but I do think that my bad parenting may be building character for my son. Because like I said, I'm kind of black, which means my son is a quarter black, which means he's white. And not just white, he's white. He needs sunscreen all the time, which is something foreign to my family, believe it or not. So when I forget to put sunscreen on, maybe a bad parenting move, he goes outside and he gets burnt to shit. But he remembers next time, maybe I should put on some sunscreen. The pain helps him remember. But then when he asks why his cousins, his slightly darker cousins, not slightly, his pretty darker cousins don't need sunscreen, I remind them that they have other struggles. Just remember the sunburn when you get to drive away from a traffic stop. What do you really? You guys go to Meijer? Shop at Meijer a lot? Oh yeah, it's last I know my crowd. Huge Meijer fans over here. I was leaving Meijer deal. That was creepy. I'm sorry. Could use Amazon Prime. Take a seat. I was leaving Meijer the other day, and I saw a couple also leaving Meijer. A couple in the technical sense of the word, I guess. I don't think they were romantically involved. It was just two people. It was a father and his daughter. So more like a family, I guess. Like a half a family, like a broken home. So I saw this broken home leaving Meijer, and they stopped to talk to the greeter, but they were on their way out, so it was more like a escort. So the broken home stopped to talk to the escort, and the father lets her know that you guys are out of bananas. She goes, what? He goes, yeah, you guys are out of bananas. Don't worry, we'll be back tomorrow. And in my head, I just wanted him to grab her by her Meijer collar, just pull her in real close and be like, you better have the fucking bananas. But he didn't. That was just in my head. So I did it. I came up from behind her. And you better have the fucking bananas. She was like, oh my God, what are you talking about? I'm with him. She didn't get it. I left. And obviously, neither of us strangled that woman. But if he had, I think he had every right. If you go to Meijer and they don't have any bananas, someone deserves to get choked out. So why not start at the ground floor? Right there at the front door. I think the ground floor might actually be like the people picking the bananas, but they seem strong. So I'm gonna pick my bananas. Alright, I'll get out of here on this one, you guys. The neat thing about being kind of black, besides still being white enough to say words like neat, I guess, it is still one of the N-words that kind of makes me cringe, you know? I can't say words like neat in front of my black friends and family. Around that, I don't have white privilege. I have more like a white allowance, where I'm allowed to do or say so many white things before I gotta switch it up real quick and remind them I'm still black. Like the numbers 3, I can do 3 really white things before I have to do 5 really black things. It's a compromise we came up with. A couple of history buffs in the crowd. All right, you guys have been fun. I've been Hunter Miles. Please keep it going.
Brian B. sounds like the frog, like he ate the frog I fucked. A lot going on in the world. There's like a war with Russia. And I just want to be the first one to say, look, I'm sorry, Ukraine, but only Black lives matter. This is kind of a young crowd. I'm not used to a crowd this young. Just kidding. I'm a pedophile. Like a lot of people, you know that show, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? I call it, you think you're smarter than all these sexy ass kids? And I'm not really a pedophile. I'll fuck anybody. Fellas. I think that church rummage sales should just be called holy shit. You guys, I don't want to sound racist, but I feel like only white people say that. I try to be multicultural, you know, and woke. I'm a pretty woke, progressive guy. So when I go out for Chinese food, shit, I fucked that up. When I go out for Mexican food, I like to bring my chopsticks. I should have just left that out. The other day, my girlfriend said, Seth, were you just checking out that chick? And I said, oh, you mean that person? You see, because I don't see gender, which means that I'll sodomize anybody. I don't play with myself. I recreate my privates. To sex documentaries, you know? It's better than calling it porn. Getting smarter. I like to call myself a minimalist because it sounds a lot better than poor white trash. It's pride. You guys into that? Can I get a round of applause? A lot of companies try and change stuff for pride, you know, show their support. A couple products. I quit using Ben Gay until they come out with Still Gay. I was in line at a gas station the other day, and the guy was on the phone, and he said, it's what? It's called the what Siberian Orchestra? Not for my family. And I'm trying to figure out what the difference is between a Trans-Siberian Orchestra and a regular Siberian Orchestra. You know, I think they're about the same, except in the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, they just don't like the instruments they were given. They didn't want the fucking oboe. They wanted a vagina. If gas prices and heroin prices get any closer, might be making a life change. They don't call it heirlooms. I guess I could ask Hunter about this, but I feel like crack must be really great. You know, if you can like pop a tooth out and be like, yeah, it's fucking worth it. You know? More room for crack smoke now, you know, all fucking teeth taking up all the room in my mouth. Usually, you guys, people laugh at that. A lot of people got really good at stuff during COVID. They had a lot of time to practice. I've never been exceptional at anything, ever. But I did get really good at one thing. I can put my cat's whole tail in my mouth. Like down to the base. I'm like really good at it. They say a cat has 9 lives. But that's a lie. Because I only got to shoot my cat once. There's a lot of homeless people in GR. You guys all from GR, close to GR, see a lot of the people with the signs out there? Out of all those people, I've never seen one holding a sign that says, I'm saving for a house. I mean, that's what I do, you know? I was fucking homeless. Start fucking saving up, man. Do yourself a favor. Something I don't understand, you guys. God killed this kid, and everybody worships him. I leave my kid in the car for like 45 minutes, and I gotta go to court. I don't have a kid. But I think I love weed the way that I would love a kid. You know? But I'd never like have my kid and pass it around to my friends and be like, you want to hit this? That's all for me. That's my private stash. I feel like there's a lot going on with the environment, you know, we want to save the environment. And like one side says they want like green energy and the other side's like, fuck that, you know, like we gotta stick with, and I think it might just be kind of a marketing thing. And we might be able to get the other side on board if we quit calling it green energy and try calling it white power. Renewable, clean white power. Just say the Republicans would fucking love it, that's all I'm saying. I only did colorblind girls because they can't see all the red flags. On my way here, I saw a guy with a gay pride sticker in the ditch, and I was like, ha, fucker can't even drive straight. They have their women, they wear those like burqas, you know, you like, can't even see their face. And in America, we're not fans of that. Because in America, we like to see the look on a woman's face when we take her rights away. No, that's funny. That's funny. That's funny. You know, I'm just gonna end there. You guys have been real great. Thanks so much.
Hey, welcome to the Fat Gay Guy from all the 80s sitcoms. I don't know that. I had a couple of people before the show pick out some random Cards Against Humanity cards, and that's going to be my set list. I don't know if this is going to be funny or terrible, but if it is bad, just blame them, okay? Fuck yeah, I'm all fired up. I'm sunburned and I just watched Goodfellas, so let's do this. One show that I really love though, like Goodfellas is a great movie, but one show that I love more than anything, like this show got me through so much. It got me through like just when my parents would hit me, or like when I got dumped, or like when the dog died. I would always know I could go home and find the comfort of that fucking hot piece of ass, Judge Judy. She was, whoa! She'd go on TV and I'd be like, yeah, fucking slam that mallet. Slam it! Like I would just, like I'd just be sitting there eating cheeses, just being like, fucking judge, you judge him, Judy. You get that, Judy. Judy was the shit, honestly. Like, if I ever have like a kid, I'm naming it Judy. I don't give a fuck if it's a guy. Like, I'm like, you are Judy the judge, middle name judge. People will be like, that's weird. And I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck. You can judge me all you want, Judy. That's where I go with that. Hell, I got one card done. I do comedy. So like, there's a lot of things that come with comedy. Depression, that's fun. Drinking a lot, that's another good one. I drive a lot of places. Like I'll drive 4 hours to make $10 doing stand-up. And one, like the end goal basically is just dying alone. Like that's where I'm gonna end up. And I feel like that, a lot of people think dying alone is sad, but like, it could be kind of fun. Did someone clap for dying alone? Fuck yeah, you know what, dying alone, this is pretty cool, you know? At least, you know, you weren't murdered. Unless it was poison, then like, you know, but like dying alone could be pretty neat. You know, I mean, say you were an astronaut and they were like, we're gonna shoot you up towards the moon, then they fucking miss. Cause like Elon like just was like, fuck it, we're doing it today, and then they just shoot you up, and then you're like, next thing you know, you're like, God, I missed the landing zone by about, I don't know, 2,000 miles, and then I guess Mars is next, and then you just keep drifting into space and you just die alone, and you're like, well, at least I didn't do comedy. Brought it back, hell yeah. I'm making shit up here, just like my dad did. Just kidding, my dad, he's not here. Cool. Speaking of my dad, my parents were very great. They went out of their way to make sure we were fed pretty decently. Like, they were responsible parents. They had a Sam's Club membership, which, you know, that's a sign of a good parent. However, free sample day was the only day we could eat. Like, they were like, kids, are you hungry? Yeah, well, today's not free sample day. Tomorrow, maybe. We're gonna bring you in there. And then my sister's got a nut allergy, and they're like, hey, we're giving out free granola bars. And I'm like, fuck, bring the EpiPen. Like, it was just a whole thing. Like, my poor sister. But luckily, she grew out of it, and then Costco opened up, and they had way better free samples. But unfortunately, it was razor blade. Never mind. That went dark. I died alone up here. One of the main things about doing comedy that a lot of you guys might not realize based on my athletic physique is that we have terrible diets. Like, we have the worst diets known to man. And I think part of that is because, like, just every day it's just pizza for breakfast, pizza for lunch, pizza for dinner, pizza for fourth meal. It's just pizza. Like, you give a comic enough time alone with a pizza, they're gonna fuck it. Like, I haven't, but I guarantee you, like, I bet Hunter did. I don't know, Hunter, there's only 2 comics that have been up here, and like, I was like, Hunter, probably fucking pizza. I don't know, if you show me a hot enough pizza, I'd probably fuck it. Like, some marinara, maybe some ranch if you're feeling frisky. Like, but the problem with fucking pizzas is that like you can only do it like once or twice a day, especially when you get to be my age, you know, you don't have a lot of reload. That got sad. I'm sorry guys, I'm making blame not me. This is comedy, right? Hell yeah. I think one thing that at least I haven't done, like because like you know comedy's like fun, like I've done a lot of dumb shit, like I do comedy, I'm a rock climber, I've fallen off cliffs, fucked myself up, took recreational sword fighting, I was into bowling for a really long time and never got good. And like my parents always like cheered me on for that. But I feel like there's like a couple of families out there that are like, our son, he picked up some hobbies that are stupid. Like there's just one fucking kid named Jason that was a kid mayor. Like can you imagine your kid turned into a mayor? He's like the mayor of the, am I saying mayor, right? The mayor, like the Rosalind Bliss, but it's like just a kid named Jason. That would suck. Like, go to your room, and he's like, I'll up the taxes, motherfucker. And he's like, damn it, Jason, go, you're not getting more free samples. That's where probably that would go. I didn't pick these cars, they picked me. Part of it, I like to do, besides comedy, I like to do sketch comedy. And part of that is you have to like remember lines, because if you don't know those, you don't make it, you know? And there's only like one or two easy outs. Like if you do forget your lines, you can just like get drunk and not show up and then have someone else do it. That's called what my dad did. Or you could have somebody else, like you could just like, if you're on stage, you're forgetting your lines, you're bombing, everyone else is looking at you, just shit your pants. Because I don't know if you've seen someone shit their pants, it's hilarious. Like, if I don't get more laughs, I'm gonna just shit myself right here. Like, I had diarrhea like 20 minutes ago, but I think I can do it again. I had a burrito at the bar, it was great. So it could be good again, I don't know. Time after time, someone's saying that. My girlfriend's the greatest, she's came out to hang out with me, so I'm getting at least one vote, fuck yeah. But she gave me her number, obviously, and I have this really fun thing I do where I just like leave the most awkward voicemails. Like I call her and she's just gonna get this whole set on voicemail. It's just gonna be like, and then I'm gonna, on the drive home, I'm just gonna like be calling her. I'm gonna be like, hey, you remember when I saw you at the bowling alley comedy club? And she won't answer because it's voicemail. And I'm just gonna just keep like playing the radio loud and singing to her. And then I'll be like, hey, I'm gonna go to Target because she loves Target. And then I'm gonna be like, I miss you so much, like I miss the Target because now I'm at Meijer. That's so stupid. I got 3 cars left. I'm gonna try to get all 3 of these out. I wish comedy had, comedy would be cooler if I could hire a bass player to come up here and just be like they used to do that back then. It was like so cool. Like next time I come here, I'm getting a fucking stand-up bass player, but they're not gonna know how to play bass. It's gonna be hilarious. And then like, to really feel comfortable, I'll just wear some edible underpants, because like, I'm not winning this shit, I'm gonna be poor, I'm gonna need something to eat, and it's like, fucking underwear, it's like, why the spicy? Fuck the burrito. And then like to get more, next time I probably won't do cars, I'll just sniff some glue and be like, fuck yeah, that was inspirational. Hell yeah, that's the end of my set. You guys did amazing, thank you so much. My name is Carlos.
I was actually in a relationship for 7 years. Yeah, and then we broke up when we introduced another person into the relationship. Yeah, it was a couples counselor. I know, yeah. She was worried that I was going to cheat on her, because like Dominicans are like cheaters. That's what they're known for. Meanwhile, I was worried that she was going to find out. You gotta be careful. Because if they find out you're cheating on them, then they're going to cheat on you, and why would they do that to me? That's kind of messed up, honestly. But, you know, I don't know, she was a good person. She wanted to get married, and I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to propose to her, because I felt like it's too much peer pressure to propose. Right? It's like, we all went through DARE. They told us to say no. Every time you propose to someone, you might as well ask them to smoke a joint. Like, hey, want to get married? Come on, everyone's watching. What are you, a dork? It's like, you were married back there, right? How did you propose? 45 years, okay. Okay, I'm glad you answered the question from earlier, but how was the proposal? How was it, like, how did that happen? Yeah, like, how did you propose? Was it in the woods? Was it in front of all your family? We were in bed. You were in bed? Oh, it got freaky. Damn. What are you doing? He's like, this, I gotta wipe this down. We're having too much fun right now. I'm glad you guys are laughing. So, is this a sex positive room? All right. I love it. That's awesome. That's fantastic. Well, since you guys are freaks, what are your guys' favorite sex position? What was that? Any position. Oh, absolute freak. That's lovely. That's on board. I love that. I do like most positions. I actually have a least favorite sex position. It's a titty fucking. Yeah, I mean, you know, you barely feel anything, and then he gets his cum in my beard. What am I supposed to do with all this cum in my beard? Go back to work? I mean, it doesn't make any sense, you know. But I don't know if you guys heard about this. There was a woman who almost died during surgery trying to get the fattest pussy in the world. Did you guys hear about this lady? No, but she died she was trying to beat the world record. And then got surgery to get her pussy artificially fattened, which is apparently a common surgery. Did you guys know that? There are women walking around with artificially fattened pussies. There is no way that's safe to eat. Right? That pussy's a GMO, you know? I want to know the source of this pussy, lady, you know? That's what I'm curious about. But I don't know if you guys have, I'm very curious about this city because I'm not too familiar with it. Normally when there's this many white people looking at me in the shadows, I get nervous, but you know, I like you guys. Do you guys have like a museum here that you guys like to go to? Yeah. All right, what is it? What's it called? The Grand Rapids Public Museum. Is it an art museum? A history museum?
It's both.
Both? Oh, it's got a jack of all trades. Do they do 3D movies there?
They got a planetarium.
They got a planetarium? That's gotta be a 3D movie.
Yeah,
well, yeah, if you take some acid. Do you do that a lot?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you should propose. You know, look at the stars, now look at me. Now let's get back in bed, you know? There's a museum in Chicago. I went to the Field Museum there, which they have the 3D movie there, and the 3D. Have you guys ever seen a 3D movie at one of these museums? It's not good, right? I saw one. It was called Titanosaurus. All right, it was 1 minute of the Titanosaurus, and the rest of it was just an interview with Susan, the event planning director at the Field Museum. I felt like I got gypped. It's like if I wanted to see Susan in 3D, I'd just go to her office. You know, why is this happening? But I do like museums because I like learning, so I want to recommend a museum to you guys. It's called the Pharmacy Museum in New Orleans. Now, has anyone here been there? No? The Pharmacy Museum? It's fantastic. It teaches you a lot of stuff about pharmaceutical equipment, and I did learn something that I found very interesting. Do you guys know the stethoscope that we use in the doctor's office? Yeah. Do you know what we used to do before we had a stethoscope? We used to just put our ear against your chest to listen to your heartbeat, right? And then a doctor in the early 1800s by the name of René Launay invented the stethoscope, and this is in the history books, because he felt uncomfortable pressing his ears against a woman's chest. So he ruined it for everyone. Right? Because before him, hospitals were just full of sleazebags trying to smash their face in every pair of tits that walked into the waiting room, you know? They were probably like, it's a good question, Mrs. Haversham. Women actually can take 2 hearts, 1 for each breast. So to check your heart rate, I'm going to perform a wee in the medical profession called motorboating. The technical term is rag blasting. It's a non-invasive procedure where I gently separate those bazongas with my face and perform an exploratory of those jumbo yum-yums. So go ahead. Have a seat on laser corset and plant those fat slappers directly into my mouth so I can tongue check you for breast cancer. Sorry, I forgot to wipe my milk mustache for the last patient. I know. Some of you weren't laughing because, you know, early 1800s, they didn't have motorboating. They had paddle boating. I get it. You know. That's fair.